We're here again to talk about these conspiracy theories. Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. This is the sister channel to the Bear Pantry Show. This is where you're going to find honest reviews, exciting unboxings, do-it-yourself projects, and engaging commentary. Joshua is so unbothered, but I dragged him into this. I drug you into this, right, Josh? So you guys know that Frump, because I'm not calling his name here, is in the hopsicle. Because isn't that Angelica said that on
yes, regrets.
He's in the hopsicle still because of you know what, right? The CV. Now, remember the last video that we put up on Friday? We were telling you that people were saying that he doesn't really have it. That's the conspiracy theory, right? And we said we believe that he has it. Now, we want to make sure that whenever we give our commentary, if we change our mind later on because more evidence come to light, we can always come back and tell you, well, this is what we believe now.
A little bit we're wrong, yeah.
We still believe that he has it. Okay,
yeah,
we haven't changed our thoughts on that. So the next conspiracy theory that has popped up since Saturday, because today is Sunday that we're taping this, I think I'll put this up tomorrow, Monday, is saying that he put out this video, Josh, from the hopsicle. He put out this video with him sitting behind like a presidential looking desk, and he has on a suit, and he looks wrecked in his face. He really does look sick.
Well, you could see it in his eyes when stuff was happening. He's just like,
yeah, you can see he's sick. And he's talking, the way he blusters and he talks kind of like, oh, I'm the leader of the free world and, I'm good. I personally feel like he is sicker than they're telling us. What do you feel?
I think so, because he's old. So, yeah, I believe that. He's probably not, and he doesn't, I doubt he works out. So I doubt his body's like...
So you don't think it's mild symptoms like what they were saying, right?
No, even if there were, I think it's going to get worse because, like I said, he doesn't take care of himself.
So what they call that comorbidities. I have to say that word very slowly because I can't say that darn word. Yeah, so
it's morbidity, so not morbidity?
Morbidity is plural. Morbidities.
Okay.
And they're I guess that word means like if you have other things that's already wrong with you, that's where the comes from, right? So other things that's already wrong, then you have this thing, and then morbidities are things that can kill you.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is. Okay. So a comorbidity could be obesity, because fat kills everybody. We should know. I should know. Oh, my goodness.
Still working on the stomach.
But also other things like asthma, diabetes, cholesterol. And I think he has high cholesterol. They hide everything because they lie about everything.
Yeah.
But I think they said he was taking cholesterol, some kind of statin or something before or whatever. And remember when he was being rushed to Walter Reed a couple of times before this episode, and he said it was for his physical. They started his physical early.
Yeah.
People have suspected that he was having like little mini strokes.
Yeah.
So if that is true, that's really, really awful with the CV, because the CV causes strokes in some people. That thing is so horrible. I'm telling you guys, I don't personally wish this disease on nobody, but the people that are getting it right now, I'm telling you, they deserve to get it.
Yeah, the ones like, I don't need no mask. It's like, the irony. Come on, guys.
It's kind of like people who smoke all their lives, like the people that used to live next door for 1,000,000 years. The girl was like in her early 20s, and she smoked like what Belize people say, smoke like bat. Does bat smoke? Joe, why Belize people say smoke like bat? I don't know if bats smoke.
They don't. I know. When I think of bats, I think fruit bats and vampire bats, and they don't smoke.
Yeah. So she smoked a lot. She had a baby young. The baby used to come play with Jada. The girl is like 2 years younger than Jada. I remember Jada, like at 7 or 8 years old, told the little 6-year-old girl, "Y'all gonna die young." And so she's like, "What?" And he goes, "Your mom smoke, your grandma smoke, everybody smoke in that house. Y'all gonna die." No, the girl grew up. Jada's gonna be 25. The girl's gonna be 20. Well, she turned 23 in August. They live somewhere else now, another state. And the girl's smoking. Did I tell you that? No. She's now smoking. No, those are comorbidities. Those are things that are gonna add to your quick demise, right? So, anyways, I have my phone here. I hope it doesn't mess with the camera. I'm gonna have to buy a monitor, Joshua. It's taking me off now. So it says here that we're gonna talk about the picture real briefly. It says Frump's doctors said that he is on dexamethasone, the steroid used for the sickest CV patients.
Ooh.
The medical team said that he took his first dose of the drug on Saturday and would remain on it for the time being. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the I keep saying hopsicle, in the hospital. Joshua's never been in the hospital for anything.
No.
I've been in the hospital.
What do you mean, like overnight?
Like where you stay.
Oh, no,
even
okay,
overnight.
okay,
Even
okay,
overnight.
okay. Because I got this pulled out.
Yeah, that's just for minor surgery where they did it right on the spot and you walk out.
Yeah.
He had a little cyst there. I've been in the hospital 5 times in my 54 years, and 3 of the 5 times was to give birth, so there were normal hospital stays. And I say normal because I did not have C-section, and I didn't get the thing that they give in your back, whatever that.
Epidural?
Yeah, epidural. Yeah, see, Joshua knows. I didn't get that, and I didn't get that because because I have a rare blood deficiency that causes problems for me with certain medications. Let's put it that way. So
yeah, she's the lucky winner.
I would say, 1 in every million people have what I have, okay? So I wouldn't count those 3 times that I was in hospital.
Those are just natural.
The first time I was in the hospital, I was 18 and I had to have surgery. And the surgery was planned, so they had a whole month to plan it out. They didn't know that I had the thing that I have, of course, and that's when I ran into the problem. Slipped into a drug-induced coma because it was a drug that they gave me that caused the coma. And they call it apnea. They call it apnea. I call it coma, they call it apnea. And then later on, the 3 babies. Oh, and the time when I had the miscarriage, but I didn't stay, but they did surgery on the spot and sent me home. And I didn't get drugs for that one. Oh my God.
Hardcore, man.
When I remember that, I get goosebumps. And then the last time was 2018 when they took out my gallbladder. So let me tell you something about being in the hospital. Go ahead.
Surgery's come such a long way. Didn't they just go like 3 little holes and pop that sucker out? 4 holes and just pop it? Geez, surgery back in the day, cut it open.
One is for the air. You know they still have to cut you like that for your gallbladder if you have a lot of scar tissue from having gallbladder issues. So let me not I'm gonna sidetrack for a quick second.
Please
if you're
do.
having gallbladder issues, don't play with it.
No.
Don't be in this pain over and over again. Have them check the gallbladder. Have them do the scan to check it.
It's not needed.
And just remove it. Don't let nobody scare you into telling you you're gonna be worse. You're gonna have diarrhea, constipation. No, you're gonna be perfect.
Just
when
like
it's
any
done.
surgery, it's gonna suck for a little bit after you're done.
Check out your doctor first. Make sure your doctor know what he's doing. My doctor knew what he was doing. He showed me all his credentials. I'm like, I'm good. All right. So, but to just tell you that when you go to the hospital for anything at all, they try not to admit you.
Yes.
They do everything not to admit you. So they're not gonna admit you out of a abundance of caution, like what they're saying. Now I can see with him because he's the president and everything else. They may have wanted to do that just to make sure because he's older, yada yada. He's got comorbidities.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That word's in my brain.
Even if it was like Obama, still get in there. Still get in there.
And I'm a little bit ticked off that he's getting all this free good care when he doesn't pay any taxes, and the rest of us can't even we can't even sleep at night because constantly they're trying to take away the affordable health care, which is Obamacare. And the day after the election on the 4th, let's not get this twisted, guys. The day after the election, the judges, the justices right now are going to hear arguments on this thing again. And an RBG that was protecting us, she's not there to protect us anymore because they're trying to ram the other lady through, right? So even if you say, okay, I love him because he's this, he's mighty, he's that, think about your insurance. You could be the next person getting the CV and you won't have no insurance.
I really don't want to go back to self-diagnosing and self-patching up.
We used to self-diagnose ourselves, and then we used to go to the nutrition guy and say, help me, I have this issue, help me.
If you get like a cut, it's like, I think that can heal.
He got me through 3 years of gallbladder issues when I didn't have no coverage. Okay, he did. So anyways, come back to this thing we're talking about, the conspiracy theory.
Oh,
Joe's coming to me there, Frank. I've always believed that the Friday when they took him by helicopter that he was worse off than they were telling us. They said slight fever, mild symptoms, yada yada. And that he did not want to go out there in a wheelchair or on a stretcher. And
I think he is scared, and he was like, even if they're like, yeah, you don't need to go to the hospital, I think he would have been like, take me to the hospital, I am scared. I believe that, I totally believe that.
And I feel like they did not have to convince him because he was panicked, like Joshua said. Yeah. I feel like they pumped him full of oxygen before he walked out to the chopper.
So he's got a chopper.
He may have even had oxygen on the chopper, and they're trying to go, oh, we didn't even know oxygen, yada yada yada, right? And I feel that the thing behind the desk, all that scenery, I feel like they taped that before they left. Yeah. When he taped that 18-second thing saying thank you for praying for me, he sat behind that desk first and he taped all that crap. He signed. Did you see that it was blank papers?
Yes, it was blank paper.
That he was sign all, and then stupid Ivanka over there going, oh, look how he's fighting for Americans no matter how sick he is.
Oh my
sure,
God.
before I punch you in your nose, you have to go get another surgery because you know she's had a ton of surgeries. So anyways, let me go back to the beginning of this.
I would sue that doctor because they failed miserably.
I get all hyper, Joshua. It says, His medical team said Sunday in a press conference that his conditions were improving after multiple episodes over the weekend and after he was placed on steroid therapy, typically used for the more severe COVID cases. Since we spoke last, Frump has continued to improve. As with any illness, there are frequent ups and downs over the course, particularly when a patient is being so closely watched, said Dr. blah, blah, blah of the White House, blah, blah, blah. They're all liars.
Yeah.
He said that Conley, I guess that's one of the doctors, said that Frump had a high fever. Remember? High fever late Friday morning and was administered supplemental oxygen for about an hour. A whole hour worth of oxygen. There we go. Our conspiracy theory was proven right there. They gave him oxygen. First of all, he had the virus in his body.
Plus, before all this virus thing, I don't think his breathing was that great because he was stuffing McDonald's and stuff down his throat. And I remember I went through a phase when I was working at Hollywood Video where I ate Mickey D's every day. You feel on your heart, you start breathing hard. After a while, I was like, why am I so... Like, I'm just standing behind a counter, I'm having a hard time breathing. I was like, oh, it's McDonald's. Gotta stop that.
When my mom had the big C, the other big C, the nurse that administered the chemo told her, please don't eat any more McDonald's ever because it causes the big C. And my mom was like, what? And goes, that oil, whatever that oil is that they use, to fry up everything in. Yeah, that causes it. And my mom couldn't get off that stupid breakfast egg McMuffin thing. We had to wean her off of that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But don't do it. Make your own
breakfast. She never
breakfast
really ate the fries, but she could get off of that thing.
If you're gonna eat anything McDonald's, don't eat the fries. Those things never deteriorate or go bad. They just stay.
They're bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not trying to tell you that we're in perfect health.
I think you're better off eating a McFlurry because you really can't mess up ice cream.
And it has milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not telling you that we're in perfect health, but none of us in this house has high blood pressure.
No.
None of us have high cholesterol or high sugar.
True.
Right? Those are the three main things they check for all the time.
Yes.
Thank God for that, and we're not taking it for granted. We're trying really hard to even when we do our mukbangs, right, Josh? We try not to do.
We don't eat fast food all the time. It's like, oh, here's our dinner.
I haven't eaten any fast food since before the shutdown. Since this year started.
Does sushi count as fast food? Because I don't count it.
Well, I count any food that's bought on the street. I haven't eaten any food that's bought on the street.
Because the sushi is good food. It's just fish, rice, and seafood stuff. It's not McDonald's.
I think it's a little bit healthier for you than the fast food. But I don't want to eat anything on the street because people have to talk over your food when they're cooking, and I'm afraid of the CV.
But there are different levels of fast food. The lowest rank would be a Burger King and McDonald's, and a higher rank would be a Chili's, a sit-down restaurant, basically. And then I would count sushi above that because that's just I love sushi, but it's seafood.
I get it.
It's seafood. You know what I mean? It's not
I get it. Yeah. Yeah. So we believe that he's sicker than they say he is. We believe that there is ups and downs like they say because that's how even the flu goes like that. You'll have a fever.
Right.
The fever makes you feel crummy because that's what a fever is designed to do, to make you feel crummy so you can lay down so that the body can send all the army of immune stuff to do its job, right? So a lot of these symptoms that we get is because the brain's trying to let you feel sick so you can lay down. So when you have a fever, you feel crazy. Everybody feels crazy when they have a fever. So I believe he has one. I believe he has not relinquished power to Pence.
He'll never will.
I believe that Pence will eventually come up positive because they're cocky. They still are not wearing the mask. The White House put out a thing saying that the mask is not mandatory, it's a personal choice. So I don't feel sorry for them, just like I don't feel sorry for this woman that used to live next door that smoked.
You think when your leader gets it, time to put on a mask.
Yeah, they don't believe it. So and they say, oh well, we were wearing the mask, we still got it. So what good are the masks? No, they weren't wearing the mask. Don't let them fool you.
Why do they do that? Why do we have video evidence and they try to say different stuff? We have video. It's right there.
I have family members that are going out places that they shouldn't be going out, flying on a plane, traveling to go to a party, stuff like that. And I warned them once. I'm like, you're playing with fire, going on that plane. These masks are not going to protect you.
Yep.
Is this necessary? Is your mama dying? Your daddy dying? Why are you going on this trip again? And they're like, oh, I want to go. And I said, okay, I'm good. Now, if they come back with it, don't ask me to pray.
Hey.
Praying takes a lot of my energy and a lot of my time.
Don't come near me.
Don't come near me. Don't ask me for pity because I'm the one that's going to say, I told you so. That's how I roll.
I appreciate some good irony. All right.
And I've warned. And Christy, I'm telling you the truth. I'm happy he got it. He is so stupid. They kicked him to the curb when he won, and they did not put him in the administration like he thought And then he wrote a whole book. He was bashing him, everything. All of a sudden, he come back to the campaign, Christy.
I would never.
And
do
he
that.
rushes back and he gets it. Oh, they were hugging each other.
Oh my
All
God.
of them were talking to Kellyanne Conjob. That's
Oh
what I
my
call
God.
her. All of them were talking to her. And you know what the rumor is? This is another conspiracy theory
Right,
that maybe we'll
what
pick
you
up in the next video because this is getting kind of long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
They're
like 15,
saying
I think.
they're saying that the judge that they're trying to ram through might be the carrier.
I believe it.
Allegedly.
I believe it. Allegedly.
Because she had it.
Everything in this video is alleged, even though it's some things are true. It's alleged.
All this ish is alleged. All this ish, even if we
It's
read it
all
off the phone,
allegedly.
all this ish is alleged. Okay? Yeah, they said she had it. She had it for a long time over the summer. She finally got over it.
I believe-
Some people
I believe
become
she-
a carrier.
I believe she had it because all this stuff happened when as soon as she got into the picture, everything kicked off.
Everybody was around her.
Yep.
It's like patient zero.
Yep.
Like Joe
The
is
zombie outbreak
always the
sucks.
carrier.
Yep.
Every time the flu would go around before we started to get the shots, Joe would say, I have a little bit of sore throat. And he goes and he sleeps for 24
Everybody's down
hours.
the next day.
The next day we all dead, right? And my mom's like, don't you see that he's the typhoid?
Typhoid Mary.
Joe, stop pouring that water, please.
Yeah.
Joe, stop pouring that water, please. Yeah, so my mom's like, don't you see that he's the typhoid? Is that the way you say typhoid?
Typhoid Mary.
He's a typhoid Mary in this thing. I'm like, Mom, don't say that about my poor husband. Go, he is.
He is, though.
Some people are just carriers.
Yep.
And I feel like it's their judge.
And we do get the shots every year. They work. I haven't been sick on a Christmas ever since I've been getting the shots, which is great because before the shots I
Ask
always
them
have
for
a
the
flu.
one that don't have no preservatives because that one doesn't have MSG because I have trouble with MSG. Yeah, so coming back to the hospital real quick, they don't hospitalize you out of a abundance
Exactly.
of
They're not
caution.
trying to rush
They
you.
don't do that because they want, they don't have no space to put you up in there. They have real patients that are really sick, that they need to treat. And if you are a common person like me and Josh, right, and you get sick, like me, I'm 54, right? My kids are grown because the youngest is going to be 25. If I go in there and I need a ventilator and Josh goes in there at, the young age of 29 and he needs a...
Thank you.
How old are you again?
31.
30. You 31 already?
Yeah.
I thought he was 30. Okay, so let's say Josh goes in there. Let's say Josh was a single dad and he has a 2-year-old baby. They're going to give him the machine, not me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not that my life is valued any less, but if
I
they have
mean-
to choose, they'll choose the younger, stronger person with the kid to
It
mind.
makes sense on paper.
Yeah, it
but
makes sense
it's
on
definitely
paper.
one of those situations.
So Chris
like-
Christie runs his fat tabulard arse up in there and goes, I'm gonna go in here for an abundance of caution because I got the virus. He's sick bad too, because he has asthma.
he doesn't take care of
He's sick
himself.
bad too. He don't even try. He's one of
you-
those that don't even try.
you
I
know-
try.
You know you're wrong. You know you're messed up when Bump is more healthier than you are, right?
I used to be 270 pounds. And I dieted my way down to like 180. I've never really been on the 180 for the longest time. And I vacillate back and forth between 180 and 187.
190, 200, that's why.
And once I hit over 190, I'm like, no, get back. And then get back down to 184. I want to break that 180 barrier, but it's me. I got to do it. It's nobody's fault. It's my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, I hope the last time they loved the conspiracy theories.
Oh, cool, all right.
I hope you guys love it. We're not trying to, cause any kind of fight, war up in here.
No, we're just
but
talking
we try,
about what's in the news.
Yeah, we're talking about what's in the news and what we believe secretly, because this is kitchen table conversation that we have in here in the house, that we believe he's sicker than they're saying. We believe he's not going to transfer power to Pence.
People are saying that it's for him to duck the
debates.
I don't believe that. He loves showing himself. He loves showing himself.
He thinks he won that debate.
He thinks he's
ready.
He thinks he's like a mastermind. He could beat anybody in debate.
I'm very upset, Joshua, that he knew he had that. He didn't know he had the virus in him, but he knew there was a possibility of it being in him because he was in contact with somebody else before Hope Hicks that was positive. But you still went out to all these events. No, they can't even find everybody that went to these events.
There's a lot, Ooh, it's like a zombie outbreak.
It's a lot of people. And you know what? People don't want to get tested to know because they're so afraid that if they get tested, come up positive, they have to quarantine. People don't want to quarantine.
I never believed in hiding from that. If it's a sickness, I want to know head on so I can start when it's early.
Me and Joe got tested at the end of June. And right after we got tested, we didn't get the results till days later, like 5 days later.
Yeah.
We didn't have symptoms. They were just testing you for free to see where the virus was living, right? So we went, we did our part. The governor wanted us to. So after that, we went to Costco. And I said, you know what? This doesn't make any sense because what if I'm positive? No, I'm in Costco, right? And it was crowded.
I was saying, people at
People
Costco do not know personal space.
They don't want, I said, Joe, let's bounce. We bounced out of that place so fast, and I came home and I waited till those test results came back. But people aren't doing that.
No, they're
you know.
not.
And like I said, I pray for anybody who has had to deal with this. If you have a loved one that's sick with it, or you have passed away, or whatever, I pray for you. But honestly, you're the ones I'm praying for, and not these idiots and these clowns that decide that I'm gonna just spit in the face of science, and I'm just gonna spread it everywhere. I know that I'm sick. Pray for me. No.
No.
Girl,
no,
bye.
I don't believe in that.
Girl, bye. And I'm not fake, and I'm not a hypocrite, so I'm just gonna always be what I am. Thanks for watching this video.
Like,
thumbs up,
comment, subscribe, comment. Hit the bell.
Bye, guys. Remember, guys, we are not purchasing this book, because if you do, the only people that are making money from the book sales are my ex-distributor, Amazon, and anybody else who sells books online. What I need for you guys to do is purchase this book. This is my book of Belizean recipes. 120 recipes inside. They're all easy, fun, simple, and you guys are going to enjoy them. Take a look inside the book.